Hi guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv once more back with another video, and today we are going to bring you a DYOR risk evaluation on Charlie 3, a Cardano based oracle. So what I'm going to share with you in this video on Charlie 3 is not financial advice. If you require financial advice, guys, you already know the drill. The information contained in this video about Charlie 3 is just for entertainment as well as educational purposes. So what is Charlie 3? Well, Charlie 3 is an open source decentralized oracle that seeks to provide powerful, trusted data feeds to the Cardano network. Charlie 3 is the platform that provides and verifies data initially focused on blockchain economic values for blockchain application. The Charlie 3 software suite provides the following components required to run the nodes and aggregator. First piece of software is a Cardano node, followed by a Cardano wallet backend. Then there is Plutus chain index, as well as Plutus application backend or PAB. And then finally, Charlie 3's own backend. So those are the software pieces that make up Charlie 3 software suite. Node operators will have to stake tokens to be able to complete data retrieval and verification. And in order to prevent a 51% attack, Charlie 3 integrates a fail-safe mechanism whereby node operators not associated with any request ticket are externally responsible for vetoing any response associated with such attacks or data manipulation. So how does Charlie 3 work? Here's a brief summary. Charlie 3 platform is an aggregation service. The data sets for aggregation are obtained through its decentralization node operation software. All node operators operate independently without the interference of the Charlie 3 team. The Charlie 3 nodes gather the data from multiple sources and feed that data into the Oracle smart contract. The smart contract in turn aggregates the data from all Charlie 3 nodes and publishes the resulting consensus truth to the blockchain for other dApps to use. Here are some key features for Charlie 3. One, it's Cardano native with off-chain integration. As a chain agnostic oracle, Charlie 3 allows users to integrate off-chain information with their data stream. Being built on the Cardano blockchain gives Charlie 3 a robust and scalable platform with minimal transaction fees. The second feature is that of vetted node consensus. Charlie 3's decentralized node network employs strict consensus protocols that provide vetted data to users, ensuring that users receive the most reliable and accurate data available. Feature number 3, aggressive node reputation. Charlie 3 node operators are required to stake the C3 tokens, which is Charlie 3's own token, C3 token, while operating a node. Operators providing accurate data are rewarded, and those that don't will have stakes cut with future weight on data streams reduced. Feature number 4, trustless data stream. Decentralization and consensus protocols allow for trustless data streams between parties, ensuring reliable and accurate transactions without even needing to know all the parties involved. So those were the key features for Charlie 3. Now on to token use cases. As I've already said, ticker symbol is C3. First token use case is that of payment of Oracle data and updates and staking the token to run node operation. Now on to some infrastructural use cases. The first one is decentralized data Oracle provider. That's what the platform is for. The second infrastructural use case is that of acting as a bridge between real world and blockchain in order to provide trusted and reliable off-chain data streams. The third infrastructural use case is that applications will include sports betting, price feeds, weather, instant liquidations, and so forth. So those are just some of the infrastructure use cases for the Charlie 3 platform. And later on, with its on-demand validation, Charlie 3 will seek to offer a versatile service on request. For example, the current pilot project with the Ethiopian Ministry of Education using Atala Prism's DIDs or decentralized identities to validate students' qualification. Now, what about the tokenomics for Charlie 3? This one is a strange one because the Charlie 3 website is indicating that the tokenomics are under review or being revised. To what end? I have no idea. But for the purposes of consistency, as far as our DYO or risk evaluation is concerned, we are going to use the original tokenomics and promise to revisit this segment at some point as and when the new tokenomics are published. So, ticker symbol for Charlie 3 is C3. Maximum supply, 100 million. Tokens in circulation, 21.419 million or 21.4%. Token distribution. Seed funding was allocated 18% or 18 million C3 tokens. Private sale was allocated 13% or 13 million C3 tokens. Public sale was allocated 6% or 6 million C3 tokens. Node reward, these are rewards for those nodes that will be validating transactions, is 31% or 31 million C3 tokens. Liquidity, initial liquidity was allocated 3% or 3 million C3 tokens. Developer pool, which I think this is an allocation for developers or those projects that want to come and develop develop on Charlie 3 or the Charlie 3 developers themselves. Allocation was 8% or 8 million C3 tokens. Reserves, this is protocol reserves, 1% or 1 million C3 tokens. And finally, the team was allocated 20% or 20 million C3 tokens. Now, as part of our DYOR, we do consider insider token allocation. Insider token allocation is that part of the token distribution that is allocated to those closely linked with the project. It might not necessarily mean that the insiders own those tokens, but they've got direct control and they have the monopoly on deciding how those tokens are issued or used or distributed. Insider token allocation in this case is made up of seed funding, private sale, developer pool, reserves, and the team, and it comes up to 60%, which is way over our threshold of 30%. Project team, there are 12 core team members and 2 advisors. Social media presence, there are 46,500 Twitter followers as well as 1,676 Discord members. So Discord, there's not that much going on. Now, as part of our DYOR risk evaluation, there are some elements we have to give you an overview, which include decentralization, security, scaling, and interoperability. Starting with decentralization, when it comes to decentralization, we got to start with the blockchain that Charlie 3 is built on, that is the Cardano blockchain, which is one of the most decentralized networks out there. And while we have reservations around Charlie 3's lack of delegated staking to enhance decentralization, I do hope that this is something the team will be working on in the very near future. As far as security is concerned, Charlie 3's smart contracts were audited by SETI, a reputable blockchain software auditing entity. Only minor and informational issues were found, and all but 2 of these were reported to have been resolved. Add to that the fact that Cardano blockchain is one of the most secure blockchains out there due to the programming language that was used. It can be stated that Charlie 3's smart contracts are relatively secure. As far as scaling is concerned, one of the reasons why Charlie 3 wanted to build on Cardano blockchain is that Cardano network is flexible and scales robustly. Also understand that the Charlie 3 team is working on making updates to its Oracle smart contracts compatibility with the recent Vassal Fork update. Therefore, it can be safely claimed that Charlie 3 can reasonably scale within reason. What about interoperability? This is the ability of a project to work across its own boundaries. Charlie 3 is blockchain agnostic in that it sources data from various sources, both on-chain and off-chain. It then aggregates the data via its nodes before making it available to the Cardano network. As far as working with other blockchains, once the data has been aggregated, we can only assume that Charlie 3's output data is only available to decentralized applications built on the Cardano network. If you guys know otherwise or know differently, please comment down below and let us know. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to smash that notification bell. If you are new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel so that we can spread the word to the wider public. Now, as part of our DYOR risk evaluation, we do review 13 elements that we use to assess the viability and the level of risk associated with such a project. Those 13 elements are as follows. Some of them we've already covered when we performed an overview. You got decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, project team, social media presence via Twitter, social media presence via Discord. We then look at the age of the project. How old is it? As well as the use cases, both for the token as well as any structural or fundamental use cases. We then consider the tokens issued at project launch, tokens in circulation at the point at which we're doing this video, as well as the maximum tokens. Is there a hard cap before we look at the tokens that were allocated to insider? Now, here are some of the scores we allocated to Charlie 3. On decentralization, 5 points out of 10. On security, 7.5 points out of 10. On scaling, 7.5 points out of 10. On interoperability, 5 points out of 10. Project team, 7.5 points out of 10. Social media via Twitter, 7.5 points out of 10. Social media via Discord, 2.5 points out of 10. Age of the project is still relatively new, 2.5 points out of 10. Use cases, 5 points out of 10. Tokens issued at project launch, 5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the point at which we're doing this video, 5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, it's only 100 million unless the revised tokenomics change that. We'll be looking at 100 million, which is 5 points out of 10. Insider token allocation, as we have already intimated, we think is too high at 60%. Therefore, we are going to give Charlie 3 0 points out of 10. Now, as part of the DYOR risk evaluation, once we've allocated scores, we then aggregate the scores, and the aggregated total score is classified under 4 different risk levels or risk categories. And those risk categories are as follows. When a project scores between 0 and 64 out of 130, we call that the no-go category, which means the risk is at the maximum. When a project scores from 65 to 89 out of 130, we call that could go to 0 category, which means the risk is less than the lowest, but there is still inherent risk within that project. The third risk level is potential level. level. Here, a project will have scored between 90 and 109 out of 130. And finally, we've got the go for it category, where the risk is the least. It doesn't mean there's no risk. The risk is still there, but it's the least across the 4 levels that we've got. We call that go for it category, and the project will have scored 110 to 130 out of 130, which is the maximum we can give. Now, Charlie 3 scored a total of 65 points out of 130, which puts it within the could go to 0 category, which means Charlie 3 could go to 0, but just like most of the projects within the crypto space, they could all go to 0. Charlie 3 is actually in good company because some of the decent projects we've reviewed so far as part of our DYOR risk evaluations have fallen within this category, 65 to 89 out of 130. What does everyone think? Do you guys think Charlie 3 could go to 0, or do you think it's got potential? Please let us know down below. Are you invested in Charlie 3? Do you agree with some of the evaluations or the scores we allocated to Charlie 3? Please let us know down below. Until next time, guys, this was your update on one of Cardano's upcoming projects, a promising project, Charlie 3, an Oracle platform. Until next time, bye for now.